Hello and good evening. Y'all are real strict about that. I have an overview of what's happened and what's happening in the grants office in the last year. So I'll get right into it. The grants office is staffed with 3 people, myself and 2 grant specialists, Jessica Baudouin and Nicole Baracco. The mission of the grants office is to actively pursue grant funding as well as manage existing grant agreements for projects and programs for St. Charles Parish. Currently, we have 26 agreements open for new and ongoing projects and 20 that are in the closeout phase, meaning the projects are complete and we're waiting on the grant agency to complete the final reviews and/or audit. So most people know, of course, that we submit grant applications and we request reimbursement of the expenses, but there's a lot of other activities that go along with grants management. So some of these that are more important are we complete environmental assessments, we solicit views from any environmental agency, and we compile that into a report to submit to the grant agency to review. We ensure proper procurement for federal, state, and local requirements. We ensure that any revenue that comes in for a reimbursement is accounted properly. We compile the single audit for the parish's annual financial audit each year, and we complete project amendments. We meet with various agencies and attend training workshops very often to make sure that we stay in the know of what's going on with the different programs. Other activities that we do that may vary from program to program, we hold public hearings. We monitor projects for Davis-Bacon Act compliance. We ensure fair housing, Section 3 and Section 504 requirements are met. We review engineering plans and specifications. Our office also administers the parish's elevation program and the public assistance program. And we maintain relationships with key personnel at funding agencies. And we also give presentations on parish issues. Like, for example, in December, Mr. Sam Scholl and I presented the importance of the West Bank Hurricane Protection Levy to CPRA for the flyover. Events like these are important to the grants office in that we build and maintain relationships with these agencies that provide funding. At this meeting, we were able to discuss some of the issues CPRA is facing that the parish could provide support on, and it was one of the topics discussed during the congressional delegation meetings in Washington, D.C. in February. So I'd actually like to thank Parish President Larry Cochran for the flyover idea and everyone else who was involved and provided support for that. So grant applications is what we've been working on. The Ellington Pump Station project, it was accepted into the statewide flood control program, and we're just waiting on the state's budget to be finalized to find out what our first allocation is going to be for that. The courthouse HVAC chiller is another state-funded project, and we're waiting on the state's budget to be finalized for that as well, but we anticipate getting $100,000. The DOTD Transportation Alternatives Programs applications were submitted for multi-use path and sidewalks along LA 52. Though the district administrator and the MPO are in the process of selecting the projects, and we should be hearing a decision soon on whether those were funded or not. I included the parish's capital outlay requests. I did check House Bill 2 for the upcoming year, and I did not see that either of those were funded, but it was something that we worked on. And we also have application in for the East Bank Regional Library generator. That is under FEMA review. So our grant funding at work, we have 6 projects that have been completed since our presentation last year. We have 11 projects that are currently under construction and 9 more that are in the design stage. And I'll bring you through a few of those. The Willow Ridge Levee Phase 3 project was funded also through the statewide flood control program. It's nearly complete, and we'll be working on closing this project out soon. As well as the Willow Ridge Pump Station project. That one is also nearly complete and was funded through the statewide flood control program. The Ellington Levee Phase 1 project is a West Bank Hurricane Protection Levee project. We received $8 million from CPRA, and it's expected to be completed later this year. The planning and zoning generator is substantially complete, or is completed as per Mr. Phil just a few minutes ago. That project was 100% funded through the Hazard Mitigation Grant Program. Also through the Hazard Mitigation Grant Program was the Sunset Pump Station Capacity Increase project that you see here. The District Attorney's Annex, we received almost $200,000 in state funding from the Local Government Assistance Program. And Rathbone Park Development Phase 2 received $200,000, and that's funded through the Land and Water Conservation Fund. The Kelowna Force Main project, this project just kicked off on construction maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, and we have a total of $800,000 in grant funding through 2 separate awards, one from the CDBG program and one is an EPA award. I consider getting this project into construction with both agencies a success. The CDBG program has very strict deadlines, and the EPA is notorious for taking a while to complete their review, so it's really great to see both of those awards line up for this project. In design, we have 9 projects. In LA 18 cast iron water main replacement, that one just went out to bid. The Magnolia Ridge Pump Station and Mimosa Avenue Culvert Improvement projects are ready to move into construction pending a final review by FEMA. The East Bank Bike Path is pending final review by DOTD, and the design is being kicked off for the West Bank Bike Path projects. We have 4 projects that are in the elevation program where homeowners are getting bids and working to select a contractor. Last year in August, we had a major response to the rain event that devastated most of Louisiana, and we were included in the disaster declaration, which triggers public assistance. The parish's total emergency response and damage expenses was $488,000, and FEMA's share of that is going to be 90% for this disaster, where we'll be able to get back $439,000. And what you see here is the site visit with FEMA and GOSUP at the Luling Oxidation Pond. The berm around the pond had some washout, so we worked with them to get that fixed. And Steve Jobs said, great things in business are never done by one person. They're done by a team of people. But I had to revise this a little, because it's actually great things in government are never done by one person. They're done by a team of people. So I could not do this job myself. It's the support of the parish administration, each of the departments, the project managers, my staff in the grants office, and last but not least, each one of you that gets all of these projects completed successfully. I'm so excited to be surrounded by individuals that work hard every day towards a better St. Charles Parish. So thanks to everyone. And that concludes my report, and I'll do my best to answer any questions anyone may have.